Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Just got back from vacation and, of course, trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm doing a separate video on my vacation for those that are interested. Those behind me, I was going to try to get him over here to me. I don't know if he'll come or not. Let's see if we can get him to come over to say hey. Come here. Jack the bush. Come say hi. Just going to lay in the background. Okay. Apparently he's going to lay in the background. And that's okay. Let him do what he wants to do. Makes life easier. Alright, I want to give a couple of YouTube shout outs. Lauren with Stitching with Laws. If you haven't gone by and checked her out, go ahead and do so. She's got this, I think it's a parrot. I'm really bad with birds, but I think it's a parrot. But she's got this cute bird, and it comes on and it'll start like eating her stitching and stuff. I love troublesome animals, as you can tell. So, Bridget, the museum stitcher, she did a finishing parade, and so that was really fun to see a lot of the finishes and everything that she had done over the past year. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. New to YouTube, she's done 2 videos now. A lot of people have been promoting her, and there's a reason why. She's just so funny and wonderful. But it's Hannah the Stitch Fairy. So if you haven't seen her yet, check her out. She is just, she's southern and very, there she is. She's great. So you definitely should go check her out. I saw a new one, Johnnie Saxton. Has anyone else seen him? Very interesting. He's from Australia, and he has a YouTube of his stitching and stuff, and him talking about going into the local needle workshop. Being a male was hysterical. So by all means, check his YouTube out as well. I didn't catch the name on this one. I feel bad about that. But New Hampshire Stitcher, and I didn't get her name, but she's new, and she had some really pretty stitching that she was showing. And the last one has to be my newest favorite, and that is Stacey with Bluebird Paper and Thread. And I think the reason why she's my new favorite is just because her style is a lot like mine. She was like talking about one of her Teresa Koget designs, and she's like, I love this design, but there's like 5 miles of red to stitch. And it's like, me and block color doesn't work out very well too. So I was like laughing. I was like, definitely. But yeah, so she's got the way she kits things and stuff like that. She just started some of her finishings. She bought, oh my gosh, she got this wonderful finishing kit from 141 Designs, I think it is. At any rate, she was showing that one off on her last video. Oh my gosh, I was like, envy, envy, envy. I've got to do more learning on my finishes, but you know, only so many hours in the day. So, as you know, or as most of you know, I do own 2 businesses. What's he doing? Looks like he's just moving. He didn't want to be on the camera no more, I guess. Okay, well, at any rate, most of you know I own 2 businesses. My elopement business, where I do photography. I actually sell packages, which is the officiant, the photography, flowers, that kind of stuff. So sometimes there's some errands involved, because I have to go get flowers. I have to make the flowers, to make the bouquets and the boutonnieres and all that, which I don't mind doing. It's just part of the business. But that's where my money is. That's how I make a living, people. But it ended up taking some time. Design's where my heart is, but trying to have 2 businesses and juggle life and a puppy can be difficult at times. And like I said, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying it's sometimes just the hours in the day, there just aren't enough. The elopement on average, I can do about 2 hours a day when everything is like running smoothly and everything is good. And that's computer work a day. Then of course there's this miscellaneous stuff, like I said, errands and stuff like that goes with it. However, right now I'm doing my yearly updates. I only have to do it once a year, or sometimes I do it twice a year if I'm making changes. I usually make one about, get your words right, Penny, slow down. one batch of changes in January, see how it goes, and then in June I reevaluate and maybe make some more changes, which of course means more updates. But for the most part, I touch on everything with the elopement business once, maybe twice a year. And in that, I'm redoing my website, checking my packages. Do I need to change pricing on them? Do I want to change the packages? Do I want to make new packages? What sold well? What didn't sell well? So I'm going through the data of last year to see what changes I should make. Listening to, rereading my reviews and stuff and seeing what people are saying they really liked or didn't like or whatever, to where I can make changes needed for the business. I've got automatic emails that go out, so I got to reread those. Do they still say what I want them to say? Have I written out a new blog that I would like to link to them? Do I need to write a blog that I need to link them to? All those things. It's a lot. It's a lot of computer work that people just don't think. They just think I just grab the camera, run out there, snap a few photos, come back, edit them, and I'm done. Yeah, no. I wish that's all I had to do. Yeah. So it is a lot, but I only do that once, maybe twice a year, where I do those kind of updates. The workflows. My customers go immediately into a workflow that sends me an email saying, hey, you need to do this with this customer. Okay. So that's why I say 1 to 2 hours of work, because I've got everything set up to where that's how it goes. It's nice and smooth, but I've got to check those things. There's things on the workflow now that's like, I don't need that on the workflow. I just do that. Take it off the workflow. Now it's an extra box I've got to check, and I don't want to check it, so it's like, so some things need to be updated like that. And I do that, like I said, once, twice a year. So I'm in the midst of doing that, which of course takes time. Once I get those updated, then I can put a little bit more time into design business. Right now, I dedicate Tuesdays to design business, and I also work in the evenings on the design. But I'd like to have it a little bit more than that. And of course, sometimes elopements fall on Tuesdays, so then design business gets pushed to Wednesdays, hopefully. And of course, I could work more on design business on weekends, but like I said, there's that life in there. I'd like to have a little bit of a life too. So one of the things that gets me crazy is the design business is just so different. It's so different than my elopement business. Like I just kind of explained kind of what I do on a normal basis with my elopement business, or at least the computer work part of it. But the design business, the designing part is fun. I love that. And I usually have multiples going. I call it my design whips. Because I'll work on one design for a while, and I'll be like, tired of this one, go to a different one. Or I'll be like, oh, I could do this. And then I'll jump over and start up a new one. And so I usually have anywhere from 4 to 6 designs running at one time, just because I hit different things. And that's fine. And once I get it designed, or I'm like, okay, I'm confident that's the way I want it, it's good, then I gotta blow it up to a humongo size. So little squares are now all of a sudden this big. So I can check everything stitch by stitch. And that's fine too. Like I said, I love those checks and balances. So that doesn't bother me doing that. All that's fun to me. And then once I get it and I'm like, okay, it's done. I like this design. It's good to go. Then it needs to be stitched. So sometimes that's by me. Sometimes I get some test stitchers going. But at any rate, it needs to be stitched up. And somebody else needs to check it stitch by stitch. I find mistakes when I'm stitching it. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe I missed that, And my test stitchers, I tell them, be nitpicky as hell, because I need to know if this line just is extended a little bit far than it's supposed to be. I need to know that so I can fix it. Don't think you're nitpicking me, because I need you to nitpick me. But at any rate, but where I struggle is not the design, is not the stitching, not that. It's the marketing. I market myself on the elopement business, but it's a website. It's Google. That's it. That's all I do. And I have more business than I want. But my business name is the keywords Charleston Elopement Packages. My website is charlestonelopmentpackages.com. The only advertising I paid for is AdWords. So, and my Google business is my main reviews. So I show up on maps. So I'm like, bam, bam, it's like ad, maps, listing because of the keywords. I'm right there on top page 1 of Google. That's why I'm busy. But I worked it out that way. How do you do that with design business? People don't Google it. You go onto Etsy if you want designs. You go onto 123 Stitch. You go onto. So it's word of mouth a lot. And how do you do word of mouth? Social media. I don't social media my elopement business at all. I think I posted the last time I posted something on Facebook, I've got accounts, I just don't use them. I think the last time I put something on Facebook was back in May of last year, maybe. I don't have time for the social media part of it, and I don't need it, so I'm not wasting my time on it. But with the design business, you have to have it. You have to have the Instagram account. 95% of people that are doing stitching are on Instagram. I barely have an Instagram. I have an Instagram. I have to remember to go on it and flip through it. I'm not that much of a social person. I'll watch the Flosstubes, but that doesn't require anything. Whereas social media requires responses. And to me, the videos are different. They're not social so much. I know they are, but to me, they aren't. Other than checking on comments, it's not that social. But the fact of posting things on Instagram, posting things on the Facebook page, in the Facebook group, that's like 3 posts right there. And then on top of that, and you got to go back and respond to them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so much. So trying to struggle through all of the social media is crazy. I'm not, yeah. And I got to update the website and Etsy, and I got to post it everywhere. And that's the hard part. That's the time consuming part. Design, no problem. Love that. It's the after I get it designed, it's the problem. So once I get the elopement stuff all updated, then I can concentrate on the design and get its website updated, because I'd like to get away from Etsy. They just charge so much in fees and everything else. I'm charging minimal amount for my patterns as it is. You go to your local needlework shop and it's like itty bitty pattern. You might be able to get it for $9 or $10. If you're lucky and find it for $6, you're excited. And most of my patterns are $6 or below. I think I have a couple that are $7, but it's like most of my patterns are like, they're not that expensive. And then Etsy takes a hunk out of that to where I barely get anything. I was like, oh, I sold my pumpkins that were really popular, especially over the fall. My 3 pumpkins, and that design sold well. And I get all excited, like, oh, you sold. And I'm like, oh, great. And then it would be like, at the end of the month, here's $5. Oh, I was charging, I think, $7 or $8 for that pattern. I think I've changed the price since then, but at the time it was like $7 or $8, and they'd give me $5. I'm like, yeah, $5 for a month. Yeah. So Etsy is not making ends meet at all. I certainly cannot live off of $5 a month, and it's not even every month. So yeah. And I don't think that it's my designs aren't selling or anything. I don't think people can find them. There's so much on Etsy. And when you have this big, huge platform and you're just this little dot, it's hard to be found. So, at any rate, so right now, where was I? I'm sorry, I'm lost for a moment. I have notes so that I don't get too lost. So for right now, until I can afford to do not as much on the elopement businesses, then I'm relying on people. I'm posting more free designs and relying on people to, and is that ear, good God. You got the crooked ear happen. No, you can't see him. He's behind the bed now. All right. For now, I'm relying on everybody else's help. I'm releasing a lot of free designs, and I'm relying on everyone to please tag me to get the word out that I'm out there, to kind of boost my sales a little bit and everything. So right now, just please remember to tag me, hashtag Sage Butterfly Designs, one word, or even the @Sage Butterfly Designs. Either way, it'll show up, and hopefully some of the word of mouth will help me out. I also appreciate my stitchers, the ones that help me with some of my designs. I showed you Kimberly Murphy's geometric, geometric, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those days. Like I said, still coming back up from vacation. Don't have everything straight in my mind. But Kimberly Murphy, she did the last one. The octagon pattern, I'll start it here for you so you can be reminded of it. That went to Carol Steele. And I appreciate her stitching that. She's been emailing me with, I think every couple of days it seems like, which I don't mind at all, updates. So here's a couple of photos from her stitching. And anyone who's interested in doing some test stitching, just send me an email. I'll make a list and I'll send you a mock-up of, the computer mock-up of here's what I designed. And if you're interested, I'll send you the pattern. If you're not, then I'll just put you back on rotation. It's not a big deal. And I do have Leona, the Gammy Stitcher. I do have her on my list as next up on rotation. So I did want to let you know that I did get your information and I everything. Right now I've been working on the Biscornu for Artie, for her retreat, the Vintage Stitcher in May. I've got the top half of the cross stitch one mostly done, and then I got to work on the bottom half of it, which isn't as, the top half is the more in-depth one. And I'm decided that I'm going to do two. Yeah, put more on myself, right? That's okay. I'm going to do two. One that's going to be more cross-stitch based, and the other one is going to be more black work based. That way people can decide if they want to stitch up two. They'll have the patterns to stitch up two, or they can stitch up like one being the cross stitch and the other part being the black stitch and kind of mix it to where they can flip it the different ways. Whatever they want to do, but I've decided that I would go ahead and do that. That would help them out. I also designed a new February design, and I'm going to show that later in the video. So now that I blabbed and blabbed and blabbed, I'm going to go ahead and start showing you my stitching. I have one FFO. It's not a surprise, it's spring. I did stick it on that spool. I don't have it here on my desk. I have it behind me on the bed, so I'll get it in just a second. And I have 5 finishes. 5 finishes. Oh, I got him all excited. Oh, we're going to finish, okay? Well, come on. Come on up here. Up. And come up. And you're just going to sit there with your funky ear. Okay. Got excited because I said 5? 5. You gonna give me 5? Oh yeah, good boy. Sorry. He always takes precedence in my life. What can I say? I did a few whips. I've got a few starts. And I got some haul. Too much haul. I'm supposed to be doing I'm supposed to be doing stitch from my stash, and I got haul. But it is linen, and it wasn't patterns. Well, some were patterns. You'll just have to see my haul. Yeah, we're going to review my January stitching goals and how I did. So I'm going to put you on pause for just a moment and gather that stuff to show you. Okay, so first up is the FFO. Ta-da! It's on there. Look at that. Let me see if I can get it up closer. Yay! So it's on my little spool. It is just Velcroed on there. Let me see that or not. So it's Velcroed on there. And I did put some interfacing on the back of this. But with it being Velcroed, I can go ahead and when I get the summer one done, so working on that design, once I get the summer one done and stitch it up, then I can put it on the spool come summertime. So I like that I can kind of change it out, not just be stuck with like a bunch of these or something. So I got a small house. I like to condense things down, so if I can use one finishing item on multiple stitchings on one item, even better. I like that idea. So it was raining, so it was really dark, and now it looks like the sun might be coming out. So if my lighting changes, I apologize for that. Nature's nature. Can't do much about it. Tell my brides that all the time. I can't help it. One thing out of my control. Okay, first finish. Let me get my board here because I'm going to need it. Okay. So first finish. I have, where is it? Right there, spring. The spring collection here is what I was working on. And I did not iron these, so you get to see them the way they are. So I think it turned out really, really cute. So, already finished a bunch of my things. If you're watching her show, you'll see them. She did some pillows in previous video, and then this week's video, this Monday's video, this last video she did my cookies. So once I get those back from her, of course, I'll show you guys as well. But if you want to go see them, they're there. She's been advertising the pillow forms, like there are already pillows, and then you can just like stick your cross stitch in it. Oh yeah. I like that idea a lot too. So I ordered those from her. Yeah. So as soon as I get those, I'm hoping that maybe this will fit inside one of the pillows, but I don't know for sure. I'm not really doing too much of finishing until I see what those pillows can do, what size they'll hold. If not, then I do have a frame that this will fit into. And what I'm going to do is take the glass. I think I'm going to take the glass out and set it up like on a magnet or something, and that way I can just change out the 4 seasons in the one item, and that way I can change it out, since I prefer to do things that way. Next one, my hair's in my mouth, sorry. Next one is the Plum Street Sampler Tire Trio that I like changed just about every single color on. It's a done. It's a finish. Ooh, yes. There we go. Isn't that just the cutest? Oh my goodness. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm not sure how I'm finishing it yet. Probably going to do some kind of like a block finishing or something, but with it being a I don't know if it'll fit in those pillows or not. Pillows can turn this way too, couldn't they? We'll see what happens with those pillows. I'm excited about those. But stitched on 18 count Hera is the name of that fabric. Is Hera, H-E-R-A, from Picture This Plus. And I had started that well, both of these I had started on the New Year's Eve 12 by 12, even though I didn't get 12 of them. Start. I need that penny. Next one. Seasons of the Heart Autumn. I'm sure you guys are glad that this one is done so I can quit showing it to you. It's only been going on since October. It's not like it's been that long. But look at that. Look at that. Aren't those just the cutest hedgehogs ever? And this is all stitching the called for. And it is stitched on 18 count marble by Zweigart. Love it, love it, love it. I'm hoping it fits in the pillow. I only have 3 pillows, but almost everything better fit in the pillows. Okay. All right, so this one we had some debate on last week. That one was my design of February. And as far as the color showing up well enough. And I still haven't completely decided. This one's not going in the pillow. This one will be flat finished and then put on the barn, where my little monthly things go. And I gotta decide before I finish it if I'm going to outline it or not. I think I'm just gonna like set it across the room and look at it a little bit and see what I think. But here it is. Make sure it's in there so you can see it. And this is on 14 count curved tile Aida. And I think it turned out really good. I did go ahead and update the chart to where the February is in the solid color instead of in the variegated. Of course, if you want to stitch it in variegated, you're welcome to, but I figured I would just go ahead and change that on the pattern since there was so much question on whether or not you could read it well or not. So if it's a solid color, you can read it just fine. So I went ahead and updated the chart for that. Now this one, let me be careful. I'll try not to. Okay, this one is by Shepherd's Bush, and it's called You Be Well. And this pattern is free. It is free on the Shepherd's Bush website. Isn't that adorable? I did change the colors of my sheep, and I think, well, most of the colors are probably changed. I don't know what colors they were calling for. I just kind of used what I had. When I'm traveling, let me grab it. I'm not rolling over a dog. With your little foot. When I'm traveling, this is my main little travel bag. It's a little citrus one. And in it, I've got several patterns. And it's mainly for the cupcakes. And then I have a couple other little things in here. And I have some different fabrics thrown in. So I can decide which one I want. And then I have just this holder of threads. So we've got some greens, some purples, some yellows, some pinks. These are like called for colors for the cupcake ones. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just use the colors I have there for my UV well. And of course I didn't write UV well, I just did the pattern itself. So these were just colors grabbed off of that. And I think that is adorable. I can't wait. I'm going to be finishing that. Think it'll fit in the pillow? It might. Okay, so those are my finishes. So I'm really excited about that. Speaking of free designs, like I said, that one is on the shepherdsbush.net. They're not a .com, they're a .net. I'll link anything I mention in my description below, as I always do. Found some other ones. Owl Forest Embroidery has a big selection of freebies. This was introduced to me by Johnnie Saxton, that I was talking about earlier. He downloaded one called Alice in Wonderland, and I was like, oh, that is so neat. So I ended up having to go check it out, but hey, I didn't spend any money, right? So there's that. But at any rate, here are some of the photos of some of the ones that, well, at least I downloaded. There's more out there though. This one is Pumpkin Color Autumn. Is that just adorable? I love it. Oh my gosh, I love this one a lot. The next one is The Cats Have Arrived. Oh, look at the cats in the tree. Aren't they cute? Starlings. This one, oh my gosh, this one is hitting my March start list. Emerald City, which is a Wizard of Oz. And they've got so many. I got their link in the description below. Definitely go check it out. All kinds of free things. I found Hope by Liz Matthews. Hold on. What are you doing? Leave my stuff alone. It's mine. I hope you can see the look on his face. Goodness gracious. There's all kinds of stories about him on the vacation video, let me tell you. Okay, back to my video. Hands On Design has released their new annual freebie. And the blog lists all the previous years as well. So there's several. Here's a quick flip through. All kinds of loved ones. I guess she does them as an annual freebie that she designs them for her husband, their anniversary, or the page anniversary. I'm probably totally speaking incorrectly because I forgot. So I'll just shut up, and I'll have the link of the blog down below. How about that? Okay, on to the whips. And the dog playing with his octopus. First up, we have Lavender Mist by Miribilia. And I think last time you saw her, I had most of the flower bouquet done. And now I've got part of her dress and the rest of the ribbons. I know I didn't have all the ribbons. I did the ribbons and the dress since you last saw it. So she's coming right along. Next is Floral Dream by Nora Corbett. And she's out of her hoop right now. I had to move her down because my fabric was stretched all funky in the hoop. You know, when you're like stitching in the line and you can tell that you are in line, but yet it's going like this, you're like, guess I have too much tension on that one. But she was up here at her knee level because they were both approximately knee level. So I got this portion done through there. So that part of the blanket is now done. And if you want to see the whole thing, since she's out of the hoop, I may as well show her to you. So here she is. She's got another tattoo on her leg down here I need to do. But yeah, and that is on 28 Count Blueberry by Crossed Wing Collection. And I started her in August. I guess I should have told you. Y'all know by now. This is the way it goes. This fabric here is 32 Count Aurora by Silkweaver. And I started it January 1st. Okay. I did some work on September. Yeah. Finally, right? Let me put my black thread out of the way. All right, I think last time you saw it, I had part of the tree done, but I was missing the apples. So I got the apples done, and then I started up another tree here. My goal, what I decided to do on this one is I'm doing, this basket here. I'm having this tree here, and then I don't know if I'm gonna put this tree or this tree over here. The pattern has this tree here, and I moved it over to here, and then I'm going to put the basket here. So I'm thinking it's going to be this taller tree again over here, maybe in a slightly different shade of green or something, and then have the basket here, since I did not want to do the barn because I just couldn't get over that much red. Couldn't get it over. I'm like, yeah, no. Too much red, too much black. The black was, but the red was like, yeah, not gonna happen. So, but I did do some work on it. So I'm happy about that. And I have some starts. Of course I have starts, right? All right, the first one is a new design that I actually got in the mail. So this one's actually kind of a dual thing. This is part haul and part start. I just couldn't wait to start it, so I started it. But I want to show you. This is a new thing I got. I guess I should call this haul too, but for some reason I don't think of Amazon stuff as haul. It's just it's Amazon stuff. I found this on Amazon. Sorry for the zipper noise. I found this on Amazon. And I was like, well, I'll just buy one and see what it's like. And now I'm going to have to go back on Amazon and buy all the colors because, yeah. Look, this is a project bag. Got the handles. It's got the big front. It's mesh and clear so you can see your design in it. And then it's got a top pocket where your works go. So you got, I mean, obviously you set up however you want, but I thought this was really cool for me to be able just to look at it and see what the design is in there and have all my stuff in the back. I was like, oh, that's cool. And it fits the full size in there. Yeah. And the best part, $10, $9.99. No, get a close up of that name so you can see it for if you want to order it off of Amazon. Yeah, I'll try to link it. I'll look it up and link it. If I forget, sorry, but I will link that up because, yeah, all these other project bags. Now I've got some nice ones. I've got some of the cheaper ones, but it's like even the cheaper mesh ones are like 15 bucks a piece, and then you get into a really nice one and they're like 38, 40. There's one that I really want. I want to try it, but I don't want to try it $100 worth. And I'm finding on Etsy it's everywhere. It's like $85 or more. If you go to Tiger Lily, she wants 150. I'm like, I just cannot justify that. I can't. It's like too much for. But it's the folder, the project folder, I guess is what they're calling it, where basically you open it up and on one side has all the little holes for you to put your bobbins in, and the other side is the zipper. You put your project and then it's like it lifts up and you put your pattern, your chart, and then it folds up. And I'm like, oh, that'd be nice because it'd just be one little thing and you could carry it. I mean, like that's any difference in a bag. I guess just because it's more organized and not just kind of thrown in a bag. I don't know. But at any rate, I'd like to have one of those. I'm not paying that kind of money. Anybody out there who knows how to sew, I will buy the lily, what is it, Tiger Lily. I'll buy the pattern. It's 12 bucks for the pattern. I don't know how to sew. I can't sew it. Anybody who wants to sew it, I'll give you the pattern and 10, 20 bucks for the fabric or whatever. And you go ahead and make it for me. And then you have the pattern to make more. And you can sell them for 60 bucks on Etsy and sell them all day long, I guess, because obviously people are getting 85 for them. Not for me, they're not. But okay, sorry about that tangent. Let's go. Let's go on. This is a haul and a start. And it is from Shepherd's Bush. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't it just gorgeous? And look at that. It's in a pillow. Maybe it'll fit in my pillow. I am stitching this. It's out of the hoop even. Wow. I've been needing to move the hoop. Decided to keep it out knowing I was going to show it to you. I worked on this only 2 mornings, so it's quite a quick stitch up. As you see, I've got the heart, the V, the E, there's like, you know, the porter and a couple little things up here, but basically the L. So a couple more mornings and I should have this thing done. So that's awesome. That's so pretty. And this is on, let me check my notes. It is on 28 count petal dyed linen by Fabric Flare. And I was not going to buy the week's, what is it, sampler thread over dyed, and week dye works for something this small. I was like, DMC conversion works just fine for that. So DMC conversion on that one, guys. I don't mind buying the expensive threads for a big project, not for something so small. Okay, next one is the Little House Needleworks months of the year, and I started February. Sorry for the glare. And of course I was cringing at that house a little bit, you know me. And then I was like, well, and I started looking at it and I'm like, I don't like the color. And I thought about doing it pink. But again, I was limited to the colors that were on that one thing because I didn't bring any other colors with me. Or actually, no, I take that back. I do have a pack of colors. But at any rate, it was like they're called for colors for the most part. Could you seriously go behind my back and grab this out of the trash can? No. All day long, people. All day long. This is my day. This is my day. Constantly. I love him. You see how severely disciplined he was. Okay, so at any rate, what I was saying is house, me, why not it brown? I want a brown house for our outfit. So I thought about a pink. And I was like, well, pink is just too much Valentine-y. So I decided to go with the changed color. So I'm using called for colors mostly. But then I'm like changing where they go. So here it is. Here's my start of that. And yeah, I was using the same, I think it's 4510 on that I used on February. And let me see here. This is 14 count, and the fabric is called Zephyr. I don't know if you can see the marbling in it or not. A little bit, yeah. But I pictured this plus, and I started this on this past Saturday, and that was about 2 hours of stitching on it. So not a huge progress, but it's not bad for just 2 hours. And then on the drive home, I started up the rose cupcake. So here's her cupcake. This one already has and finished into a pillow for me. So now I was doing this one. And I stitched it on the drive home. And I got that far on it. So it's about half, 3/4, I guess. I got to do the pink rose. There we go. That's what it's called. Pink rose and some leaves. And then I got a little bit of like swirlies around it, but that I may or may not put. So I'm pretty close to a finish on this. Tomorrow morning's rotation is either the cupcake or the house. So one of these two will be touched tomorrow morning. I don't know which one. Probably this one. So it might be finished as of tomorrow. I don't know. That and after back stitching might take me a little bit. So it might take me 2 sittings. But at any rate, that's what my rotation is for tomorrow. And then this morning is my last start. I started up March. And the only thing that seriously just kept a piece of paper. I thought I got it outside. Good boy. Okay. So, about the only thing that, well, I mean, other than the color change, because you know I can't do all that in black. That's not going to happen. So, other than some color change here, which I'll show you what I decided on for that. The only other change is here. Instead of these tulips at the end of March, I'm going to put a 4-leaf clover because it's March. Gotta have clover on it. So I'll put a clover on it. But here is my progress this morning. And this is on 32 count blue gingham by Fabric Flare. Am I getting that in there for you guys? So it's basically just that little, that's a part of a tulip, but this here is just that banner that it shows right here. So I got tulips and those and the start of that tulip. And then I decided March is going to be in, my variegateds. This color here, just 4506, I believe. 4506. So it's some mostly greens, a little bit of dark blue, a little bit of yellow. So I thought that would be pretty in there. So that is going to. Are we ready for the haul? Yeah. I know you're ready. I'm going to enable every one of you. Well, maybe some of you. Alright, first thing was 1, 2, 3 stitch. I was enabled with Jane with running with the scissors, showing me all her shepherd's bush things. And as you see by the love, I got started, went down a rabbit hole of shepherd's bush. So I got the love one. The next one is bulb. Love it. Love it. That's going to be my March stitch. See, I've already got them planned out even. That's pretty sad. Flag. And this one I'll do after I finish the other Patriot one I have. It'll go on rotation at that point. This one is Summer Garden. And these are all about the same size. So if love fits into a pillow, they'll all fit in the pillow. Except for these two. These two are a little bit different sized. That's okay. They might. This is Be Thankful. Yeah, turkey. Look at the turkey. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. And then I'll Be Merry. Love it. Love, love, love. Look at on the Mary. Look how they stitched it. It's, as soon as it comes into focus there, it's more of a, there you go, that's better. It's not a cross stitch. It looks more like evergreen tree. I love it. Love it. So cute. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I went down the shepherd's bush rabbit hole. And you know, if you're, and I also, another summer pattern, the anchors away. There it's called Anchor Series, Patriotic, Barefoot Needle. So yeah, so if you're ordering these, you're like, well, I don't have anything to stitch them on, I don't think. I only have a drawer full of fabric, but oh no. I don't have any neutrals. So I bought this one, and this is, I can't read it. People have to excuse the glasses for a little bit, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to read these labels or the crap. Okay, let's see here. This for you. This is 25 count vintage country mocha. Everybody stitch song vintage country mocha. I didn't have any vintage country mocha. Must buy it. Next one is smoky white. Here we go. Smoky white cashel linen. So the other one was a Lugana. I didn't say that. So yeah, so there's my neutrals. Yeah. Then, you know, I've been trying to get my flosses done. I'll save you guys that site. I've been trying to get my flosses wound onto the floss drop things. And the winders, I've been seeing other people have them, but so expensive. I'm like, 38 bucks. I know, I'm a cheapskate, what can I say? But the less money I spend, the quicker I can get away from the elopement business and run the design business. So I save where I can. Anyway, I'm like everywhere on Etsy. It was so expensive. Couldn't find them in another place. I'm like, let me try this. So I just Googled it. And I found this company called R&R Woodworks. And they're in Kentucky. Here's their business card. My receipt and everything. So here is their business card. If I can get it to focus, I'll link them below as well, because I don't think it's focusing, is it? Yeah, it's not focusing worth a crap. Sorry, guys. But at any rate, I'll link it below. I got a 9-inch. And I wasn't sure if that was going to be the right size or not. So I got the 18-inch. We'll do it this way. It does go both ways, Penny. The 18-inch one. 18-inch one's slightly too long. I think the 12-inch would have been perfect, but of course, that's not the one I ordered. So the 18 is working just fine. I'd rather trim off a little bit than not have enough, so that's fine. 18-inch, and it has made it a world of difference. So worth the money, and it wasn't that much. $7, $16. Both of them were less money than one off of Etsy. Sometimes it pays to Google. Yeah, so those are my winders. So I got those in. That's been helping me out. Then running with the scissors with Jane and Julie. Julie is J Designs, and she's got more than just hard hanger stuff. Her hard hanger stuff is whoa. But she's running a special sometime in February, 10th, 12th, something. I don't know. Watch the show, find out, or go to J Designs, and it probably is listed. But she's doing $5 flat rate shipping. So you can order as much stuff as you want or whatever, and it's only $5 flat rate shipping. So, of course, now I have to go there. And you know I want to learn hard hanger. That's one of my goals for this month, is to start actually doing it. I've been reading it on how to, and I did one of Karen, the Needlebugs videos, and saw the first video on that. So I'm getting there. But I got hard hanger techniques, and this is thick, guys. Look at that. There's all kinds of stuff in there, and it's just all how to do all different kind of stuff. Stitches. It can't be. I worry about it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this or not. It is just so beautiful and so delicate, and so I just don't know if I can do it or not. And I get all worried about it, and I'm like, I handle the specialty stitches in my chatelaine. I should be able to do this. Challenge yourself. Okay, take the hard out of hard hanger. And like I said, they go into like a lot of description here. And as far as even, I got to show this one right here, where it's showing like go 1, 2, 3, 4. It tells you exactly where to put your needle and everything. So there's no reason why I can't do this. This is better descriptions and directions than I got for the specialty stitches in my chatelaine, and I figured it out. So, and then we have the teaching doily. Look at that. I only have so many things on the wall, people. I need some pretties around the house to set my shit on. And then here's the second teaching doily. I gotta have both levels. I couldn't possibly do it with just one level. Yeah. And then we've got Ellen and a horrible glare. I did order a cross stitch. I thought this was really cool. Check this out. Around the block. And they're different little patterns. And they literally go around the block. And then there's the fabric, and there's all the instructions on how to make that go around the block. And I'm like, perfect. That could just be my little block out on my sewing thing. Yes, sir. What you need? We got a puppy dog down here. You gonna come up? You come up? Not gonna come up? Still being like that? Want me to pick you? Oh, you're back. You know, you're about ready to get out, don't you? Oh, come on. Ah. Oh, quit being so obstinate. I can't pick you up anymore. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. There we go. Yep, you can see you still bite. Mm-hmm. You're still a biter. Mm-hmm. Should say a grabber. He grabs everything. And then, as a surprise in there, a little thank you. As you see, I opened it. There's a little thank you. And wrapped up. And no, it's not yours. It's not yours. It's not yours, Mally. Was a fob. Okay, he's gonna have to get down. He's too big for this. It's a little fob. Look at that. Oh, look, it matches what I'm wearing today. And it has a little heart. And oh, I'm holding it by the scissors instead of the thing. and a little scissors, because you know they're running with scissors. Isn't that the cutest little bob? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that was just a nice little extra. And let me get this out of my way. All right, I went to Annabella's. So I told you all I was going to be going to Annabella's shop. There's a little blurb. I should be able to put a picture in here, but I have it in my video, my vacation video. I did very well in Annabella's. I had a list of Weeks Dye Works that I needed, but she does not carry very much Weeks Dye Works, so I only got 4 of the ones that I needed. Yeah, I need Weeks Dye Works because I showed you last video the Birds of a Feather book, and all of their patterns need it. And I was like, well, if I'm going to start kitting up a design, I'll start grabbing them. So I have like a list on my phone of which ones I need so I can kit it up. And then they had, look at this, the shepherd's bush, the little buttons that go on them. And look, it looked a little sheep. The little sheep and the little hearts. So that'll go on my love one. And then this one will probably go on the flag one because it's got a little bitty flag in it. Look at the little flag and the sheep and little stars. Yeah, so I got the little button packs from her. And a finishing fabric that may or may not go. I was thinking that those colors might go well with the Tire Trio, but I haven't put them together to see if that will actually work or not yet. But that's what I got it for, and I was like, well, regardless, I'll find something to do with that fabric. So that's it. So see, I did really well there, and I would have, you know, given more business type of thing, because I mean, obviously I would love to support local business more than crinkle. Okay, done with that. I would love to give the business to local businesses more, but when she didn't really have what I needed in stock. I looked at her linens, but it was all linens and it was solid colors. I was like, nah. So I didn't get those. And then she had a million patterns. Oh my God, so many patterns. But I was like staying away from patterns. I'm like, I've got so many patterns and not enough time to stitch what I already have as I buy more shepherd's bush ones. But I'm trying my best not to buy any more patterns. Something like really, because of course Nashville's coming up, so that's my thing. You can't buy anything till Nashville, Penny. Nothing till Nashville. Let's see what's coming out then. But seeing as she didn't have what I needed for threads, and for some reason I was like paranoid that I needed it for some reason, even though I'm not starting those projects right now. I went back to 123 and bought the whole bunch of threads to go with like the projects that I'm not even working on just yet. But and then since I had it in my mind that I was supposed to buy linen for some reason, I got a whole drawer full, and I already ordered some. But yeah, I ordered more. Glasses again. Okay, first one, let's put it to where I can read it. First one, let's see, make sure you guys can see it. This is 32 count. I think every single one of these are 32 count, but it's 32 count Crystal Da Vinci Lugana. I'm not sure how I'm going to do with that sparkle in there. It's real pretty. We'll see. None of these have anything in particular that I have like, oh, I need to get this or that. Well, the last one, it's my absolute favorite. Maybe. It's probably going to go to one of the Birds of a Feather designs, but regardless. And then I thought, oh, I need neutral because I forgot that I had already bought some. So here's just a plain neutral, 32 count Latinum Lugana. So basically a beige. And then here's another one, which is a lighter color. So you can see it's a lighter color. The next one's a lighter color. And it is, again, 32 count. Ivory Jubbling. Joblin, however you say it. Y'all know by now that I can't speak. Okay, and this one, a nice purple, which is called Exotic Orchid Lagana. And this one, a pretty green. It is called Green, 32 count green. Oh, although when they get as creative as I do. All right, and then this one here is Light Blue Lugana. I told you I was bad. I was bad. And this one here is kind of a very light silver, and it's called Silvery Moon Lugana. Again, 32 count. Like I said, I think all of these were 32 count. I was on a 32 count binge apparently. And this one is very similar to my summer fabric for my summer fairy, but this one is called Mercedes Lugana. And this one is really, really pretty. This one is called Earthen Lugana. I like that one. That's pretty. But my absolute favorite, and I bought a lot of it. It's a big piece. All these other ones have been like smaller pieces. This one's a pretty big piece. This one's a full quarter yard. A lot of these are 1/8 yards. But yeah, just about every single one of these are 1/8 yards or 1/16 of a yard. This one's a full quarter yard. For me, that's a lot of fabric. But look at this. Oh, ta-da! Oh my goodness, it's called Murky Lugana. Look at those colors. Look at that. I am so seeing one of those birds of a feather autumn designs with these threads. Oh, possibly. We'll have to do thread toss and check it out. But that one kind of has an idea of where it's going, at least, right? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not done yet. I've got one more haul. Yeah. So then I decided that I need to work on my finishing more and such. So I ordered from Fat Quarter Shop the Fat Quarter bundles of Chelsea's checks. So I got those ordered up. So I got those in. Yeah. And then they were on sale. So I got the Ari threads, the Heartfelt collection. And because I ordered that for free. So this is a free item. There we go. This one's free. I didn't pay for this one. Got some floss straps. Free floss straps are always good, right? Goodness. All right. So that's what my haul. That's enough haul. My goodness. Okay. Let me get a drink. Betsy's over there by the door. It's not in my garbage can, so that's a good thing. Okay. So, how are my stitch goals and plans coming along? Well, my January goals. They were to touch all of my whips with the exception of December. December, I think I'm pretty much going to UFO anyway. There are so many more pretty Christmas patterns that I would rather stitch than another barn. And the big word of December goes on forever. And I'm like, I'm just not loving it. So I'm probably UFOing that. But at any rate, I wanted to touch all my whips except for December. I did not get to my Once Upon a Time full coverage Haid. And I did not get to Santa's Sleigh by Nora Corbett. And I could grab those patterns, but you guys have seen them before. I didn't get to them. But considering the fact that I had 5 finishes, I'm okay with that. They'll be first on my list for February. I'll make sure I hit them in February since they didn't get any love at all in January. So, I plan to finish the spring ribbon, which I did. A cupcake. I don't know if I should count the one that I sent to Artie or not. I technically finished that one in December, so I probably shouldn't count that. So if I don't count it, then I've got at least 3/4 of a cupcake. I wanted to do January and February months of the year, and I got a partial on February, so I didn't get those complete. But considering the fact that I did finish the spring ribbon, tired trio, autumn heart, those mini celebrations that already has, I did finish a cupcake and 3/4. I finished my February, which wasn't in the work plans at all. It was a spur of the moment design it and stitch it thing, so that was a complete surprise. I also finished that holiday seasons and the sheep. So considering I got all that done, I'm okay with not getting the original plan done, because like I said, plans are just that. They can be changed or whatever. I still finished more than I thought I was going to, so that's perfect. Organization. I planned to switch my 700 and 800 lot of bobbins to the floss drop bobbins. And I got to 950. So I over-accomplished that one as well. So that's exciting. It's coming right along. I've got 3 drawers just about full over there. So that's awesome. I'll have to do like some pictures and show them to you next time. I wanted to have some more progress on Lavender Mist. I'm a little bit disappointed there. And I want to say I would have liked more on the Floral Design Dream as well. But I'm okay with where I'm at with Floral Dream. I wanted to get one side down to the feet, and I did. So I got where I wanted to. And I wish I would have got more done on Lavender Mist. And I wish I would have touched on those 2 whips that I missed. But considering I got 5 finishes, I'm not too upset about that. So February plans. We are going to touch on my whips. And we're going to start with, what are you looking for? I am going to touch on my whips, and I'm going to start on like this upcoming weekend. I will hit my full coverage. It's mine. I'm going to start on my full coverage. And the sleigh. So I get those definitely touched. And then from there, I'll get the other ones touched as well. Goodness, sorry. He's distracting. Okay. I plan to finish my February month of the year, which was not up here anymore. The Little House February of the year. Love, which I said that's pretty close to being done as well. The Love by Shepherd's Bush, my March month to month. I'd like to have that done by the end of the month, and the Rose Cupcake. So by the end of February, I want to have those ones done. I'm going to start something with heart hanger. Actually, even if it's just test stitches, I want to I've got plenty of fabric, right? Take some fabric and just like test stitch and be like, okay, look, I got the clusters done. Okay, look, I did this stitch. Look, I did that stitch. You know, just have like the different stitches just all over a piece of fabric. Who cares? Just so I can say, okay, look, you can do it. Now let's go move on to a doily. So I want to at least get some test stitches done. I'm also going to be starting, that's what I was looking for. I knew I had something on my desk. I'm going to be starting the Summer Fairy by Chatelaine. That will get a start. And Summer Acorns by Blue Flower, because I did finish, okay, that's yours. Because I did finish Autumn Heart, so I'm moving on to an acorn. And then I've got this bunny. This bunny needs to be stitched up. So I'm going to start up on the bunny by stitching with the Housewives. So these are going to be my starts for February. And who knows, something else might pop up. Don't know. Right now, those are my plans. We'll see what happens. I'm also going to finish the last of my DMC threads and get them on those bobbins. Then I still have my specialty threads to go, but hey, let's get DMC done in February. So I'm close enough that I should be able to do that. Now let's go through the giveaways. Hold on just a moment and let me get those. Okay, welcome back, for me at any rate, because all of a sudden everybody had to potty, and as soon as I opened up the door, my husband's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? What am I ever doing in my office when the door is closed? I'm recording a video. But, and then we had to get a bone, and I had to gather the stuff. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Let's talk about the giveaways. Okay, let's see here. What do I have? Sorry, I'm checking my notes. Okay. First thing we have is the wolf kit, which was, oh, sorry people, I'm still all messed up here. The Howling Winter Wolf Face cross stitch, and that comes complete with the threads, and yeah, just the threads and the chart, and that went to Leona Gimme Stitcher. And if you could send me an email with your address, I'll go ahead and get that out in the mail to you. And did it fall off my stack? It looks like it did. Where is it? Seriously. Okay, we'll be doing another pot. There it is. Found it. Gosh. Sloth. That's the next one. It's a cute little sloth. And Sloth is going to Arlene Curry. And I do have your information, so I'll get that out in the mail. Speaking of out in the mail, I'm going to take a pause before I do the next two giveaways and inform you that, let me cover up some of the address here. Mary Rose and Valerie Graham. Your package was returned to me. They want me to fill out this. They didn't count this as a document. I guess it was a little bit too thick for the document. Yeah. So I have to fill out a customs form and probably repay more for the shipping, but that's okay because I promised it all out to you. So I'm going to get it to you. So this will go out in the mail again. So I apologize for delaying that. But like I said, it was returned to me and then I was out of town when that happened. So it'll go out again this week. All right, the rest of them is February, because I did not like it with it being just, the roses were just too much for me or whatever. I don't know, I just didn't like it. So this one is going to Bonnie Sheffer. I'm going to put your names down here. You know I always do. And I do have your information, so I'll get that out in the mail to you. And the last one is, I'll put a picture in right here, and this is the Geometric Botanical PDF emailed, and that is going to Julie, the Yorkshire Crafter, and I have your email, so I will get that out to you. I'll email it probably later today or first thing tomorrow. One of the two. Okay, so new giveaway for the month of February. You can download the February chart, the February design I finished, the one I made for myself. I'm going to put that up on my website and in my Facebook group. And of course, links below. But I will go ahead and get those posted up either later today or first thing tomorrow. I've got it on tomorrow's to-do list, so it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll get those out in on the website and the Facebook group for download. I'm only leaving it up for the month of February. The other ones I kind of like leave up for a quarter, basically, is what I kind of had in my mind, is every quarter I would change them out. But for this one, I'm going to be doing a very, sorry, he's got a bone, and that's what's making that weird noise. So I apologize to anybody with headphones in it. I'm hearing this crunch from his bone. But it's keeping him good. And then I also have a new design it's a heart, and I'm putting that picture in right here for you as well, so you can look at that. These are my free designs for the month of February only, and they will go up, like I said, either later today or first thing tomorrow. What are my notes saying here? Sorry. Yes. So, the new giveaways. So that's like for everybody, because obviously you can all go online and download those. So the first thing I am giving away, as I was going through and winding up all of those colors, I'm noticing I've got a lot of doubles, and I was keeping them in like an extra box, so I'd like have a full or close to full thing of color, whatever number, we'll just say white, just be easy, of white. Obviously I don't mind having an extra of white because it's white, but whatever, we'll do number 321 or whatever. And it's like I'd have a full roll of it, you know, full floss drop bobbin full of it, and then I'd have another full spool, what do you call them? Skein. There it is, skein. I'd have another full skein of the same color. How long is it going to take me to get through the first one and then to have an extra one on hand? I have so many extras is because I was putting one whole skein in each kitted project, and I'm like, I don't need to do this. I can just take some off of the floss bobbin and then reuse it, and then if I need more, I'll grab more off of it. Otherwise, multiple projects can have the same number that way, and if I start getting low, I'll just get more at that point. So my method wasn't working, and I had like a lot of doubles or triples or whatever. So I decided as part of giveaways, we're going to do a 12-pack. A miscellaneous, I'm not going to go through and say each color that's in there. It is miscellaneous 12-pack of DMC floss. And if you want that, the keyword is going to be DMC. All one word. Next one is, and I did open this, so it was one of those things that once you opened it, it wasn't going back in this thing, so it's in a bag like this. And it is DMC's Carmen. And it comes with, of course, the chart. It comes with a DMC floss. And it also comes with a hoop and fabric. So let me get this stuff out here. So it comes with the hoop. It comes with the floss. And it comes with the fabric. I did not say this last thing. The floss in this kit, USA only, because of the huge shipping cost going international. It also has a needle in it. So it is the full kit. So yeah, so the floss and the DMC Carmen, that's your keyword, is Carmen, are USA only. This next one is anywhere. So this is a chance for my international peeps. And that is, and you guys saw my stitched up ones of the Autumn Petites. So there they are. I think I did all of them except for the barn. I don't think I did the barn. I think I did these other three, maybe. I don't remember. We'll see when I get them back from Artie, because Artie's finished up. Then we'll see what I did and didn't do. I might have done the little, I did do the little barn one. It was this one I didn't do. I did this one, and this one, as I look at it. But at any rate, this one, I can consider this a document, so I can mail it overseas and it not cost me a fortune. So here we go. Again, is Little House Needle Works, and it is the Autumn Petites, and the keyword is going to be autumn. Whew. I'm not sure how long this video is because it was running for a little while I was moving things around, so I'm going to edit it down, but we're looking at close to, if not over, an hour. So wow, thanks for sticking with me. And all my blabbing and my dog chewing on his bone and stealing trash and everything else. I hope I can get this done today. If not, it'll be tomorrow or Thursday. Hopefully today, though. I already put makeup on me. Come on. But I will do my vacation video and get it posted as well. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested. All kinds of sights, all kinds of shenanigans from that one. And I will see you all on the 31st. And that's when I will draw winners for this giveaway. And we will... Today's the 31st, Penny. Oh my god. Oh, today is January 31st. My next video is 2 weeks from now in February. I don't know what the date of that is. I don't know. Whatever it is, 2 weeks from now on a Tuesday. Oh, Lord help me. I'll see you again soon. Middle of February time. And we'll get this rolling from there. And by then my head will be back on straight and I'll be out of vacation mode. I'll always be distracted from that, but you all have a great week. Have fun stitching. Don't forget to tag me if you use my free designs now. Help me out. I'm giving you all the free designs. Y'all need to help me out with the marketing and getting my name out there to people, please. All right. Thanks. Bye.